1 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has directed the authorities concerned to complete the Lahore Overhead Bridge project in 1 month and the Central Business District project in 2 weeks. The Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly meets in Muzaffarabad today to elect the leader of the House. The All-Party Hurriyat Conference has urged the international community to break its criminal silence over Indian state terrorism in occupied Kashmir and hold New Delhi accountable for its brutalities on innocent Kashmiris. The United Nations, the United States, the African Union and other countries have called for immediate ceasefire in Sudan amid clashes between the army and paramilitary rapid support forces. And now the news in detail. The Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif visited the ongoing development projects in Lahore today. The caretaker Punjab Chief Minister Mohsin Raza Naqvi, the Chief Secretary and concerned high officials accompanied the Prime Minister during the visit. The Prime Minister first visited the site of the under-construction Lahore flyover bridge near Arfa Karim IT Tower. The Prime Minister directed to complete the Lahore Overhead Bridge project in 1 month. Later, the Prime Minister visited and inspected the ongoing work on the Central Business District project near Kalma Chowk. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister directed to complete the Central Business District project in 2 weeks. He asked to pay the labourers 3 times their normal payment for working during Eid holidays. He said in early completion of this project near Kalma Chowk will facilitate the public in general. The Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly meets in Muzaffarabad today. The Legislative Assembly will elect the new leader of the House as High Court of the state disqualified former Prime Minister Sardar Tanveer Ilyas in a case of contempt of the courts. The All-Party Hurriyat Conference has urged the international community to break its criminal silence over the Indian state terrorism in occupied Kashmir and hold New Delhi accountable for its brutalities on innocent Kashmiris. The APHC spokesman, in a statement issued in Srinagar, deplored that Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government has usurped all basic rights, including the inalienable right to the life of the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, and the world is watching as a mute spectator. He said India is violating international laws and agreements by depriving the Kashmiris of their fundamental rights. He pointed out that the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir has been turned into a living hell for its inhabitants, where the Indian troops are committing killings, arrests, torture, destruction of properties, molestation of women and other heinous crimes in the garb of so-called cordon and search operations with impunity. He said the Modi regime is using brute force against the Kashmiris to suppress the freedom movement. The APHC leader said India's denial of Kashmiris' inalienable right to self-determination is a violation of the United Nations Charter. He said in a bid to hide its crimes and mislead the world opinion about the situation in the territory, the Modi government is planning to hold the G20 meeting in Srinagar. In Sudan, 56 people have been killed and 600 others injured in clashes between the army and a paramilitary force in the capital Khartoum and other areas. According to reports, the military launched airstrikes on the paramilitary rapid support forces base in the city of Omdurman near the capital in a bid to reassert control over the country. Meanwhile, the United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has called for an immediate cessation of hostilities and discussed ways to de-escalate with the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah Sisi and the African Union Commission Chair Moussa Faki. He also spoke with Sudan's military leader Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and his deputy paramilitary commander Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, urging them to return to the dialogue. The American Secretary of State Antony Blinken also called for a return to the talks. In a tweet, he said fighting between Sudanese armed forces and the RSF forces threatened the security and safety of Sudanese civilians and undermines efforts to restore democratic transition. He said the only way forward is to return to the negotiations. On the other hand, the Arab League, following a request by Egypt and Saudi Arabia, is scheduled to hold an urgent meeting today to discuss the situation in Sudan. Earlier, the African Union Commission chairperson Musa Faki Mohammed also appealed to all parties for a ceasefire in Sudan. Cricket. The third T20 of the five-match series between Pakistan and New Zealand will be played in Lahore tomorrow. The match will start at 9 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Pakistan lead the series 2-0. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.